We begin with breaking news happening in Davenport. In the past 2 hours, crews have started the process of taking down the partially collapsed Davenport apartment building. 3 people were killed when it fell into a nearby parking lot. Now there is a delicate process in bringing the building down without causing more damage to nearby structures. Welcome into Good Morning Quad Cities at 11. I'm Nina Burns.
And I'm David Bowman. Thank you so much for joining us. The demolition is just one of 2 very important events happening this morning. The other is the second court appearance for owner Andrew Wold. We'll have more on that in just a moment. But first, News 8's Colin Riviello is live downtown Davenport as part of our team coverage on the demolition process. Colin, when did crews start taking this building apart?
David, crews started just before 8 this morning and without much fanfare. I'm going to step out of the shot so you can see, but dust is still rising up from the debris that is falling. A few hours ago, there were some people standing under a nearby tree to watch it all happen. But other than that, it was business as usual, except for the debris crumbling to the ground from that apartment building. It comes after Davenport City officials announced yesterday evening that crews were expected to begin today the process of dismantling the apartment. They did it by using a large crane to knock down loose debris from the top. Then a smaller crane cleared anything that fell. This while several building residents watched as their homes started crumbling once more, prompting calls for the building's owner to be held accountable.
I would like them to face charges of murder, and I would like for them to foot the bill for everybody getting placed back into a different place that's not owned by Andrew Wold.
If you happen to be downtown, be mindful of air quality. Experts say you should consider wearing a pandemic-era mask like the one I'm using right now to protect yourself. Live in Davenport, I'm Colin Riviello, WQAD News 8. Back to you, David.
Colin, thank you. And we are learning more about the 911 call that dispatched the fire department a day before the partial building collapse. The city of Davenport says just before 3 p.m. on May 27th, the fire department was dispatched to the building, and the fire department saw active work happening and saw external shoring in place. Later that day, inspectors say that they saw the same shoring in place and did not see any difficulty or bowing of the external shoring. A day later, the building collapsed.
Building owner Andrew Wold has pled guilty to his $300 citation from the city of Davenport. The fine is for a failure to maintain the building in a safe, sanitary, and structurally sound condition. Wold's lawyer appeared on behalf of his client and Davenport Hotels LLC. However, he was not alone as a small group of protesters gathered outside of the courthouse.
Protesters, they're the nerve in the community. You know, it's not our job to, make things happen. It's our job to make people aware that things need to happen. But I'm here today as a mother. You know, my son was a resident of the building. There's no way when you're advocating with a child that when someone theoretically could have killed them if it weren't for sheer luck or grace on his part, that there's no way I wouldn't not show up for court.
Wold's lawyer, Jack O'Brien, said they will pay the fine as soon as it's entered. A group of local performers are helping with the recovery efforts after the Davenport collapse. The House of Ruckus had a performance at the Black Box Theater in Moline Sunday. They had to suddenly change their venue to play after the Mockingbird on Main was closed because it's inside of the collapsed building. Organizers say most of their props are stuck for now and say the show must go on.
There's the realization that, this is bigger than just the theater. And this is bigger than just what we had in the theater. Because of that, I think there's something that we want to do.
Proceeds went to the Red Cross and the Quad Cities Disaster Recovery Fund.
And if you'd like to help anyone that's been impacted by this building collapse, we've set up a way for you to do so. All you have to do is text the word donate to the number on your screen. That's 309-304-0888, and we'll send all that information right to your phone. In the midst of crisis, Davenport is slated to host its State of the City address today at noon. It's when Mayor Mike Matson's expected to highlight city accomplishments and new improvement projects. However, in that announcement to the media, officials did not mention the building collapse. The speech again at noon at Rhythm City Casino. We'll be streaming that address live on the News 8 app.